Good afternoon. I'm Bobbin Pascal, HomeFront's Chief Operating Officer, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to this beautiful space at Grounds for Sculpture for our annual Spring Luncheon. What an incredible backdrop to gather and celebrate the powerful impact of the Women's Initiative, to honor the voices of our resilient families, and to reaffirm the mission that brings us all together. As many of you know, HomeFront walks alongside local families experiencing poverty and homelessness, offering nearly 35 programs and services designed to meet families where they are and help them get to where they want to be. We focus our work across 5 essential areas: safe, secure housing, tools for success, access to basic needs, emotional and physical well-being, and programs that support and uplift our children. This year, we're especially proud to center today's program around the stories of the families we serve, their resilience, their strength, and the triumphs they've fought hard to achieve. Their stories are the heart of HomeFront. Events like today are always a highlight of the year, not just because we get to reconnect with so many of you who care so deeply about our community, but because of what this gathering represents. It's not just a luncheon, it's a movement. The Women's Initiative is proof of what can happen when a committed group of women come together to lift others up. At HomeFront, we believe deeply in a 2-generation approach to helping families break the cycle of poverty. That means we don't just support the child or the parent, we support the family. Because we know that lasting change happens when the whole ecosystem of a child's life is strengthened, whether it's high-quality childcare, educational enrichment, mental health support, job training, or emergency shelter. Our programs are designed to empower families together. Today's event shines a light on the heart of our work, our children and family support services. We know that children grow, learn, and thrive within the context of their families and communities. When parents and caregivers are supported, children have a far greater chance to reach their full potential. A family success is a child's success, and we couldn't do it without you.
I feel like HomeFront is a place that, if they see that you want to win, they're going to put everything and do everything in their power to help you win.
I would call it a place where you can focus on those important things, getting back to those important things, but also you have your moments where you realize life is more than just those things. And a space like this, you get a chance to reflect on that.
The people are very helpful and understanding. They set you up for short-term, long-term goals, and they just kind of put you in the right direction.
Anything you want to do, they will help you make your dreams come true, if you want to do that. But they're going to give you as much as you give to yourself.
So my mom passed away, and due to that we became homeless. McBoss put us in a hotel for a few months, and I was so skeptical about coming here. I was scared, I didn't want to come. But we were in a hotel for about 4.5 months, and then we came here in February. And it's the best. They offer so much. The opportunities here are amazing. I just want to be more stable in my housing situation. I don't want to have to worry about when I leave here if I'm going to come back. I just need more security. I want to be more independent. I was really dependent on my mother, so when I lost her, I felt like my world fell apart. But they're helping me become more independent. They're helping me get my SOAR license, my driver's license, and hopefully my housing soon.
I'm a mom. I have 2 kids here with me. Sometimes I get emotional about it because I just feel bad. Because, this is my storm, not theirs. So through it all, I try not to get them wet. It may be raining, but it rain on me, not on them. I'm a child of an addict. My mother was an addict my whole life. I don't know nothing but that as far as her living that type of lifestyle. So when I was 16, I kind of left home and tried to figure, because I was just smothered and overwhelmed in that lifestyle that, being a product of your circumstances, just being a young girl on her own, with no guidance, nobody to tell you if this is okay to do or not okay, just kind of figuring it out on my own. Programs that I have participated in has been pretty much everything they have to offer. All of the groups the book clubs. Like my kids participate in just about everything that Mr. Chris has to offer here. I really like books and brunch. I like the Wednesday night book club. That's like one of my favorite groups. I try to make myself available for those. The Unity group, and I like stress management is good, and Health Matters. I've learned so much from Health Matters. It be the littlest things that you don't know that helps a lot along the way. We done had CPR classes, which I think is beautiful because everybody with a child should know CPR. I'm glad that they have that available. Whatever they have to offer that I'm eligible to take, I take. I'm in higher expectations, so I've utilized that. I've got my ServSafe since I was here. I've enrolled in college. That don't start until May 27th. Right now, I'm waiting for the sign-up list to do the peer support specialist program. So like I have a lot of things because I want to be an addiction counselor and a trauma therapist. If I can help that one person, maybe I can help that child that's behind the scenes that people don't really know. Then I was that child. So if I can help little me, then that's what I want to do. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I hope that in the things that I do and the things that I say and my actions show that I'm grateful, because I don't have much to offer right now. But I hope my gratitude is showed in my actions and my walk and my talk and how I treat the place that I'm at.
The circumstance that brought me to HomeFront was I was in a situation, kind of like a domestic violence situation, and I had nowhere to go. So my first option was to go down to social services, and they referred me here, which being here has helped me a lot also. And I'm just grateful that I took this opportunity to come to HomeFront because they did make a big change on my life, and they are very helpful with getting on the right path. HomeFront helped me from GED. I'm in school for my GED. I have one more test left, and also I got my SORA license. And they help you with getting your license back, and they also provide if you need stuff when you're moving out, they give you like housing supplies. They give you, diapers, wipes, so they really help you with whatever you need. My thoughts, I love Atkinson's childcare. They do a lot of stuff for their kids. My son, he's very attached to Miss Shanika. She's one of the childcare teachers. So they're all very nice, respectful, and helpful. So I'm very comfortable with my son going to that school, and plus, I'm downstairs, so if anything happens, I can just come upstairs. Some schools are boring, they just keep them inside. But Atkinson, they teach them how to plant vegetables, fruits. Today they just let go of butterflies that they watch grow. And they teach the kids a lot of stuff. And the teachers are very nice. My goals, I want to finish my GED. I do want to become a CEO. I've always wanted to become a corrections officer, and right now I'm just kind of building myself to maybe start the process. So I'm kind of just giving myself a jump start.
Where I'm from, shelters are a lot different. So when I first heard of a shelter, I'm like, oh my goodness, I kind of was a little scared about a shelter, like I don't want to go to shelter. And then when HomeFront came along, it was like a breath of fresh air because I knew I didn't have to really worry about them. Like I have a 7-year-old who, she loves it here. Amara goes to tutoring during the week after school. It's like they do their work and then they may go outside if the weather permits. Also, she participates in Joy, Hopes, and Dreams, and they do all kind of things. Whether it be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, there's always something to do on the weekends for them. She loves it. That's really nice as a mom to know. You don't want your kids to feel like they're not living and they're missing things, or they're just in a position to where they don't have and you can't do. And so when they're able to leave and still do and still have, it makes you feel good because it makes you feel like they're not missing anything. One of the biggest things is just the art space that we're actually in. I love art space. When I first came here, I was just coming in here for my kids because I wanted us to be able to do something where they could walk around, do a little activity. But then when it's like, oh, well, you can do this and this is for like the adults, I'm like, okay, cool. So now I come in here as much as possible during the week. It's more so like, oh, here goes a blank canvas. You can paint whatever you feel, or you could do whatever you know what you're thinking of. So I love it in here. I definitely feel like it helps you heal because you don't always get an option as an adult. After you make a few decisions, after you have a few kids, after you live a little, you don't always have the option to start over. Sometimes you just have to keep going and you have to just do the best with what you have. And honestly, like, you can find yourself in a situation to where you feel like you don't have any other options, and then you get desperate and people do all kinds of things. And things can get worse, you know? But a situation like this, it allows you to stop and reassess to see what options you actually have and to try to figure out what's the best option for yourself. Instead of you feeling like you have no options and you have to do this because you have children or because they need things, you know? Not that they don't, it's just you wanna make the best possible outcome if you get a chance like this.
The way I came to know HomeFront was actually through my mother. I was very little. I would say I was about 5, 6, and it was around the time before my brother was born, my little brother, and we lived on the HomeFront property. It wasn't one that we owned, but it was one that she lived in. Then she moved next to Celia, where she lives.
Most of my memories were created in the house that I live now. Some of the stories that my mom told me about, you know, like just like what happened before we got into HomeFront housing. I'm very happy that she was able to get housing and be able to provide for us.
I started attending the Joy, Hopes, and Dreams HomeFront program around when I was 8 or 9.
The Joy, Hopes, and Dreams program is our after school enrichment, education, and recreation program. That includes nights of tutoring, computer coding, art classes, special activities, teen programming, and a whole lot more.
I started going to these events at the Lawrence Community Center where they will host it for kids to come after school, and it would be tutoring, or we'll have basketball, or we'll have fun little outdoor activities. So I would go to tutoring. It was my main one that I did with Chris Marchetti. He started picking us up in a bus, and what we would do is I went to Monday night tutorings at this church, and I remember the lady there, she was a volunteer. She saw something in me, and what she would do is things that like my mom couldn't fully understand or help with. So she'll help me put in applications. She would help me handle FAFSA. She would help me go college looking, like hunting. She even did a tour with me, and she helped me move in the first day. I managed to go based off scholarships because I was mostly an honor roll student, so I was able to go do four full years in college, and I graduated with a co-major in criminology and psychology with a minor in sociology. And she's been in my life ever since.
My earliest memory of HomeFront was a gym and swim with Chris Marchetti. I remember my mom getting us ready for it, and then like us having our bag and going. I had the time of my life. And from then on, it was just fun and excitement when it came to going with HomeFront and being in JHD activities. It was different because like I wasn't used to, you know, going out and doing things at that time in my life. And it's like growing up with like a single parent who like can't really like spend too much time with you was kind of hard, but I feel like going with Chris and having that separate outlet, you know, gave me like the childhood I felt like I actually needed. So like the different events and the just caring nature of Chris when it came to us kids. I loved tutoring. Like that was like one of the best things for me. Like going there really helped me a lot. When I was in 8th grade, I had my tutor, Miss Bina. I love Miss Bina so much. I actually just seen her yesterday. She pushed me to my fullest potential that I could ever achieve. I feel like what made me really want to go into childcare, like at this point in my life, was the fact that when I was younger, I had positive influences on my life, and I just wanted to be one of those for like the younger kids.
So I met Celia when, I believe it's when we both lived on Connecticut. Then we started realizing we both can go with HomeFront to their Joyce Hope and Dream programs. So we grew closer with that.
She's like one of my best friends.
Because they were my biggest supporters growing up. They're the reason why I have hope in succeeding in life when I absolutely had none.
Sydney helped me in a very dark place in my life, and I will forever thank her for that. And she just helped me like mentally and emotionally get to where I felt like I needed to be, and I'm very grateful for her for that.
Your presence here today and the support you give year-round truly changes lives. As we continue to face extraordinary levels of need in our community, please know how much your belief in our mission means. If you're moved by today's program, I invite you to take action. Fill out the remittance envelope at your table or visit the HomeFront table to learn about the work you make possible, including naming opportunities at our Lawrenceville campus. We often say hope begins at HomeFront, but I think that it's bigger than that. Hope begins with you, with your compassion, with your commitment, with your belief that every family deserves the chance to thrive. Thank you for showing up and standing with us, and for helping our families dream big. We are so grateful to have you on this journey with us.